So that leads us into the next one. It's a welterweight bout between Claudio Silva and James Krause.
So there's a couple things I feel bad for James Krause. So James Krause is a fighter turned coach, and he's got a lot of good fighters under his belt.
Yeah, I've definitely seen him around quite a bit.
He's mostly in corners. And so he took this fight on short notice as of October 4th, I believe. So that's how short notice he's taken it.
Wow.
And you know what? Wow. Going against a ATT fighter that doesn't fight often, but like, look at this guy's record. You look at his 14-1 MMA record, and you're thinking to himself, like, how can I not? And I just feel so bad for Krause, because he's coming in here probably trying to like work on his grappling for sure before this fight takes place. He's going to have a good ability to distance strike, and that's what I like about it. If he can carry that fight through, there's a good chance. But again, Claudio seems to be the guy that likes to push forward. He's going to bring that energy, especially in that first round. And so if you can't withstand that, that's going to be a heavy problem. 5-0 in the UFC dating back to 2014. I mean, this guy is just bringing everything. Got wins under his belt against Leon Edwards. Like, these are huge names. And I mean, he was a minus 550 going into his last fight against Cole Williams and finished that in the first round. And so that's where, for me, looking at this, even though Krause is probably I wouldn't call it the toughest, but in terms of activity and where Krause is at in his MMA life,
career.
This is a really good matchup for him to see how he can compete against a guy who's just around the game so much.
Yes.
Whether it's as a fighter or a coach, because you're definitely not. You're training for sure, I can see that, but you're not taking fights on a regular basis through the UFC. And so, by the looks of it, it's not a guy who couldn't. He was very active in terms of UFC fighting, like 5-0 since 2014. Like, those are all the fights he's taken. So that's what's telling me, like, he's choosing to fight right now, which tells me, like, I might have to choose to take him.
Yeah, and obviously smarts and tactics and all that is going to come into play here when you have a player coach, basically, right? So that and I think that's where the odds kind of lie as well, right? Giving Krause, a slight favorite simply due to that fact that he can be versatile and knows kind of what he needs to do to alter his game.
Exactly. Because we can quickly touch on the guys that he's even fought, right? We got guys like Cerrone. Those like losses to Cerrone, Masvidal.
Wow.
They're potential these are like title challengers.
Your top dudes, yeah.
Yeah, and so we also have Krause cutting to 170. So like, these are things that, for me, I hate to say it, but I've seen Krause fight. I've not been the biggest believer, and it's because he seems to lose the fights that matter. And in this case, whether it's for a paycheck, whether it's to really show off his abilities to be able to cut the weight, get in there, show what he can do as a distance striker, and maybe take this by a close decision at the end. I mean, that's how he lost his last fight, right? Via split decision. And so that's where I just don't know. And I think I would be leaning in favor of Claudio, because you just told me that he's the underdog. And if you ask me...
we love the points, right?
And I'm not going to lie. Like, I'll be completely honest here and say, if you asked me going into everything I told you right now, from what I saw, I would have actually put him as a very slight favorite. And I'm talking a minus 120, a minus 115 type slight favorite.
Perfect. Yeah. So I mean, obviously, odds of plus 160 are going to jump out at us and kind of entice that way. So yeah, keep an eye out for that one. We'll probably sprinkle on the dog there and kind of hope for a nice little upset here.
Perfect, because I'm down with that plan.